Alright, what's up guys, welcome to the video. And today, we'll be doing a post-commentary of one of the easiest strats to use. A strat we've covered in the past, but I just thought we might as well cover it again because it was, it's really strong. And yeah, kind of beginner-friendly. We've not done too many beginner-friendly things recently. Actually, we did one, but we're doing it again. It's going to be Henley Farm Glue. So yeah, really one of the easiest strats to use in the game. And if you don't know how to play it, it's super easy to play. Like, I've not played this in ages before this video, but even with that, I managed to get all these games in with some pretty decent replays, which you're going to find out. This will cost the post commentary again, as yeah, live comms will come back at some point, but in that point in time, it's not today. Anyway, so our first game is against Cobra. We kind of mess up because we are anti-stalling, and we don't really want to be anti-stalling versus Cobra, and I'm going to have to drop the heli down for these reds. I think I remember this, so I actually stop and go for our farm instead, which is really good. We go to 272. If you don't want to go to 261 eco, which is a normal heli start, you can either go to 272. I think 273 is probably alright as well, but this is all we're going to for now. And yeah, next few rounds are just a bit quiet. We'll go for quad darts because he's going to eco with blues, he's going to need quad darts. And while we're just waiting, about to put some cool buttons down below. First of all, we've got the subscribe button. We're going for 1,200 to 1,500 subs by March. We've got just under 2 months, so if we can get to that 1,200, that'd be really nice. If we could get there, so if you're new to the channel, if you could subscribe, that would help us out lots. If you hit the like button, that'll help our videos get to more people, so we can find out, watch, join the YouTube community with us. And yeah, it really helps us out. And then we got the comment section, just comment something related to the video. Have you used heli glue? Do you like heli glue? Say something about heli glue. And yeah, without further ado, we'll just continue. So greens is a really kind of a hard round for the main difference between heli ice and heli glue is, I would say, the greens, because it's completely free defend with ice. You just get a 2 on ice, completely fine. With heli glue, you need to do a few more things. You need to assess how many they're going to send. So he's ecoing, so he can send a lot of greens, which means we can't just leave a quad dart and try and let that be. We need to get on top of the rush pretty much straight away. So we need to go for either a 2-2 glue gunner, does fairly well, or going for another quad darts, or a razor rotors is the other thing, but that's super expensive. But does mean you're okay to yellows as well then. So yeah, we go for our plantation here. Start middle of round 8 is not too bad. We got some eco, a tiny bit of eco. We're basically just kind of hanging in there. Just need to get just some farms out. The good thing about this strategy is how well it can handle the mid-game rushes. Because you've got the glue gunner, getting a glue hose means they have to send camo balloons. And then if they send too many camo balloons and it becomes an all-out, you can just sell farms, glue striker, go for razor rotor spam, and you defend whatever they're sending in anyways. He sends in loads of yellows here. We just went for a farm. I want to keep this farm, so I'm just going to boost. You don't need to worry too much about boosts because, again, you can just glue striker, razor rotor spam, and handle pretty much everything that you can get sent in. We should just be going for another plantation here, though we are a little bit worried about whites, which I guess is why we'll be thinking about going for razor rotors here. Oh no, I see what we're doing. So we're going to just save up a bit of money, then go for the plantation now, so that we're not too far away from being able to get razor rotors up, should we need it. And he's actually going to boost stuff in, so we are going to need it. So we should go for our razor rotors. The glue is going to help us out, the razor rotors are going to help us out. And he's going to put stuff over the top, so really big, quite a big rush here, to be honest. Just going to move our heli around, spike a little bit. We're going to leak quite a lot of lives, and actually we're going to have to boost as well. It's going to get really sketchy. Wow, 8 lives. That is a little bit too close for comfort, so we are going to go for another heli there. That was a huge rush, but he can, if he re-rushes us, he's going to have to sell stuff to do it. And he's going to tell all his cobras to re-rush, and we just need to glue everything and put our razor rotors down and kind of just pray at this point. But everything is getting glued. The glue is corrosive, so that's going to be helping us. Razor rotors is going to be doing a lot. Pretty good razor rotor spots that we've been able to use. Bring this back up. I really want to get my boost back because it's going to start pushing and looking kind of scary when you're going to boost, leak 2 lives. We'd only had 8 lives, but we do boost, we do defend. Now we can just counter and win. So yeah, a little bit sketchy how that went, but you kind of saw the only the way he could counter rush us after we boosted was to all out everything like that. So we were fairly confident we could defend that, which is why we used the boost rather than just trying to greed it out or selling a farm, and we were fine and won the game like that. So that was a decent little game, decent little win against an aggro opponent. This guy, I forgot what he did, I can't lie. I did this just like yesterday, and then we forgot to voice over it in that evening. So yeah, now we're here. It's been over 24 hours. We can just about remember. I think there's 4 games we've got for you today. So yeah, he's going to farms down. I don't know why. Oh no, we anti-stalling the first round. I think he puts his farm down anyways. If someone anti-stalls the first round, you cannot put your farm down first. You're not going to get the bananas. As you can see, he's not collected any bananas. He's just going to leak some more lives. Because of it, we can send loads of reds in. What's he playing? Is he doing boat? He goes for the farm upgrade as well. Wow, that is a really bad way of playing. He goes for his boat start after going for a farm upgrade, so he's going to leak a decent little amount. They have to spike a couple times and still going to leak loads of lives against our strategy where we're going to be anti-stalling and playing aggressive. We go for our farm on 48 seconds with an anti-stall. Yeah, when you're anti-stalling, you got to remember that the farms become a better source of money in the early game than the ecos. So just going to 261, getting the farm down when you're max anti-stalling like this is a little bit better than going to 272, I think. But sometimes I'll forget this knowledge, and yeah. This is quite a big layered rush here, so we are going to need to go for quad darts pretty much straight away, just so that we don't leak down too much. We can send him in the pink set because his boat spot's not very good, and it'll do quite a bit. I can't remember whether or not we do so, or we just go for our farm. We also don't really need to anti-stall because I think most boat strats we outlast, I guess except for maybe boat ace, but if you just keep them kind of drained, then you'll be able to outlast them. They need quite a bit of money to keep GZing, doesn't have a stall. We have to remember, but yeah, if they get too many factories down, then boat ace is going to be really hard. We can send in blacks because of this terrible boat spot. The one which is kind of like, yeah, pretty much where he placed that one. There's a much better boat spot. It's going to do him a lot more favors in the game. So yeah, that is just something to note. Go for our plantation here. We have a quad darts down, so we are going to need a bit more stuff for yellows. And there's some blacks. Anti-stall's helpful, but it's not the be-all and end-all when you're against boats. So we're just going to make sure we can defend this stuff nicely. And we're kind of just going to want to go for our razor rotors here rather than going for the glue defend here, because we're going to need the razor rotors for yellows next round anyways. We've kind of oversent dash. Don't have enough, so we're going to spike. We're going to need our razor rotors, but if he sends yellows in straight away, it's going to be pushing on us right away. So that's not great. How he doesn't send us in yellows. So if he'd send us yellows, he probably couldn't afford to do so. If he'd send, like, maybe sold a boat, send us yellows, something like that, that might have been quite a strong play. But he doesn't go for that. I forgot what his other tower is. I guess we'll find out. We're presuming it's not a boomer. By the way, he's played kind of weirdly and not sold the boat to go for those yellows, because it'd have been a very tricky defense for us. We'd have had to boost or farm, so we'd boosted yellows to the top. Maybe just didn't think of it, but yeah. Got our rotors down, I think. Yeah, so we got whites next round, something we're worried about again. We're sending 3 regen leads. I think 2 would have been okay. It is boat mortar, okay. So we're thinking boat mortar whites can be quite a struggle if you send loads of those in. And we are actually going to be right on the offense, so we could just play this passively here. But we are going to boost this in, and that's just going to get a boost from him. So I don't think it was really worth. We got a boost out the way, but we're now kind of exposed for round 13. We don't have many farms down. Money-wise, he's doing in a really good spot. And does he need all his boosts? I guess if we could force them all, then it would be strong. But we might not be able to do that. We go for another plantation. He's going to send us in loads and loads of whites. Once again, you see, it's fairly tough to defend loads and loads of whites. We go for another heli. We sell the farm. We go for quad darts. And with all of that done, we are going to be okay, I believe. And yep, there we go. Now we can refarm. And yeah, so this is where the mid-game round effectiveness of the heli glue is really strong, because he's not really able to rush us. I don't like being a plantation behind here, but he's also got pretty low farms. Both of us having low farms is pretty good for us, I think. Because like a boosted Moab, he has to boost 2, and then another Moab is going to struggle to unless he gets 2 to 3 destroyers down. I think because you can't really reach the end of this map, you probably want the 3 destroyers to be safe, and then, you know, him getting all of that down, trying to farm, it's going to slow, it's going to make him struggle. Now for us, he struggles to his boosted region lead, so we're going to try and force a boost or a farm sale with limited money that we have, and he's going to really try not to, and then he's going to boost too late, and he's going to die. We did that video the other day. Regen lead's a super hard rush when it's used correctly. We find him again in the next game, but yeah, when regen leads are effective, they can be really, really strong, and it's definitely a rush you should be trying, because even though the mortar pops the leads, it then can't pop the blacks straight after, so they can then regen back to leads, and then leads block other stuff off, they become leads. Regen farms, it's just yeah, super strong when you know how to use them correctly. I still need to make my video on loads of just a huge rushing guide. I think it could be really helpful for lots of people. It wouldn't be a clickbait thumbnail, you'd have to be subscribed to find that, because I doubt it would get recommended to many people's inboxes because it wouldn't be a clickbaity title. But it would be a really helpful video for loads of people that you'd want to check out. So we've got Darling Gunner, so we're presuming Darling Glue rather than Darling Boomer. So we want to send to 272 in this case because we want to send enough stuff to force him to get powerful darts early on. 261 on a long map will definitely not be enough. It shouldn't be on a medium map anyways. A short map maybe, but like a medium map like Offside, 261 shouldn't be enough. He's going to go straight for the farm though, so we should just send in more blues. At least one more set of blues would be strong. But we can send in, okay, we can send in a set of pinks and go for a farm. I don't hate this. Because it still forces powerful darts. There we go, he's gone for powerful darts now. Yeah, I actually quite like that. Yeah, I quite like this. I think this is a good play. Sending much more to just get the powerful darts anyways. And we get our farms on track now, so this is good. And he's in some blues. He's going to force the quad darts. Is what he's going for here. It's going to slow down his farms, but it's going to give him some eco. But I think when using Dartling strategies like Dartling Glue, Dartling Ice, you really just want to get the BIA down because you need loads and loads of defense to defend ZOMGs later on in the game. So if we both went late and both had infinite money pretty much, he would outlast because Dartling can last longer. But if we only both have a little amount of money, say 5 facts or something, he's never going to outlast us because we're going to be able to get down a load of Apaches, defend around 32 CMGs pretty easily. And we're going to be able to send him space CMGs back, and it's going to be much, much harder for him to defend. So I think we mentioned something about this the other day in that region-led video where you get different strategies at different times, and even if on that last and you're going late, if it can't defend round 32, and you can defend round 32, even if it can defend to round 50 with infinite money, if you block the infinite money, then you can still win the game. Just a fun piece of wisdom for you all. We've just gone for double heli defend here, so you're sending us quite a bit of stuff, and double heli defend is pretty good because to yellows, they need to send loads and loads of yellows for it to really do anything. So it puts us in a really good spot. Also helps us anti-stall a little bit more, I guess, as well. So that's always a good thing. And I believe he goes for a farm here. We go for our farm. We could have just sent in loads of yellows. We shouldn't be trying to send in loads of yellows now because we're not going to be able to do so effectively to force defense. He gets another Dartling Gunner down. If we force powerful darts, we do force powerful darts. We could have forced a lot of leaks, maybe a boost if we'd not gone for the farm, but we got a few leaks, I guess some spikes, and he's just gone for another powerful dart. So this is not, it's not too bad. It's not amazing, but we'll take it for sure. And he's going to send us in some whites now, like last game, I believe, or some pinks over the top. He's not sending us in enough. We're going to be completely fine to all of this. I think one regen lead got through, if I remember correctly. I do. Not sure how I remember that regen led, but, you know, not how strategies my opponents are using yesterday, but, you know, funny. He sends us in more whites. Okay, we got 2 quad darts down. As soon as we get down our razor rotors, this all becomes completely free. I don't think our glue gunner has splatter, so it's not going to be helping us out too much. And if you're going to leak a little bit here, we do sell that farm, okay, we do panic a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Once again, he's blocked off his BIA, so going late, we're in a huge advantage here, so it doesn't even matter that we don't have loads of money. We're actually going to have a little rush in here, send some zebras, then loads of whites, and now we're going to put some yellows over the top. So pinks and yellows both good to throw over the top. You can send in more yellows though, and that's going to lay a little bit more. So in the last few days, I've only been doing this. I normally do pinks, but I think whites actually might, I mean yellows over the top rather than pinks. They're both fast balloons, but I think yellows actually might be the play. It's not fully tested it out. You could do both if you want to be ultra sure, but I think if you can only send in like a K or something, yellows might be the play, but I'm not certain on this. I used to do pinks, I'm now trying yellows. You can send more yellows is why I'm thinking. So yeah, just what we're at to. And none of them have like, you don't know, but like pinks don't split into 2 yellows, so there's nothing like that. You're getting more value, like whites being a stronger send than just straight pinks. So I think value for money, you even get a little bit more from the yellows. So maybe yellows is the play, yeah, so maybe we're doing it right. Anyways, Cecil, I doubt this is the real Cecil, but yeah, Cecil, he's doing Cobra Wiz. I believe this is the last game. I think this was a really good game, so, you know, if you made it to the end of the video, make sure you've liked and comment. I've made it to the end of the video. I've made it to the Cecil game. You can comment there if you've not commented anything already. If you have commented something already, you can comment this as well. Get my, get the video promoted out there. Let's go. Anyway, so he goes for 2 Cobras and Wizard Star. We're not trying to anti-stall because that helps Cobra out. We're just thinking, can we get off enough farms and just get to a point where his adjustment can't do anything anymore? Can we get an Apache down with some eco is kind of what we're thinking. He boosts to pinks. Yeah, he's not got good pink defense down just yet. And he wants to keep sending us in loads of blues. So a pretty smart play to keep sending stuff. He's going to put pinks over the top. So we know the end of the rush is pretty near. Maybe we want to spike and keep high life count. Looks like that was what I was thinking. We don't really need to spike here. Yeah. I guess, yeah, stuff can get through the heli. It's not like the worst play. Spikes are... The reason why you save spikes is because if someone throws like a set of regen rainbows in a rush, you could just spike the regen rainbows and it will help you deal with the rush a little bit better. Or you can save them from Moabs, because obviously they do double damage to Moabs. So rather than just doing 20 damage, it's doing 40. So if you have, say, 2 sets of spikes, then you only need to do 20 other damage and you put the Moab down into ceramics, and that can be a really big help. It's interesting as greens. Looks like we're going for the... we're doing all the different defends for greens in this replay. Doing 3 different types. So we're just going to go straight for the Razor Rotors. Yeah, I don't really hate that too much. It does slow our farms down a little bit, but there's probably an optimal way of doing this. I wouldn't have done it. It just shows how easy the strategy is to use. 3 different plays, and none of them really suck too much. Extending some blacks. I think we're just trying to get to a little bit of eco, get a few plantations down. We're not going to be able to get a because he's been anti-stalling very effectively. We're not going to be able to get a BIA down, and I mean a bank down easily without him being able to just send us an early Moab and us not struggle to that. He sends in loads of yellows, and I'm really surprised here that the Razor Rotors doesn't just catch all of this. And we go for another heli, but he actually just kind of all out with the yellows. It's really strange. Like, what is he doing? We sell it. We only needed quad darts. We did not need to sell the factory there. That was a waste of a sell. But we are on 17 lives, so you can kind of see how we are a little bit nervous there. And I said them in yellows. We should just boost in like 2 regen whites. That would have been the better play. And that actually puts us in a horrible spot now, because we used to have loads of money, big advantage on him. He has nothing left, but he actually could just go for these wizards like this, and he's going to be okay to all of this. Now we're poor. We're both poor because of that play. So that was definitely a misplay. We have this glue gunner down now, so he can't really rush us without camos, which is something, but still not a great position to be in. We really just need to save all our money up for a defense so that we could then counter if his rush doesn't work. So definitely a huge misplay sending that in, and it just forces that, so it's less he can rush with, but if he all outs us, he just sells that anyway. So we misplayed. We did well, then we misplayed. So we're in a bit of a spooky spot right here. We are kind of thinking if we boost in a huge rush, maybe he just dies to it. And I think we do rush him eventually. We good at spacing. We don't do it just yet. Okay, maybe I spoiled it, but oh well. We could still lose. He could still defend. We don't know what his last tower is. It is a little bit risky to rush. He sends in a big black crusher. He's selling stuff off. He's rushing. We're selling our farm. Getting 2 Razor Rotors up. It's going to handle all these blacks nicely. And this glue gunner is really not doing anything at all. It's going to get really spooky. We don't not gonna need to boost though, but he'll feel like he's really poor. So I think now is the rush. Okay, it's coming soon. It's definitely coming soon. We're definitely thinking about the rush. So we are going to boost in. 3, 2, 1, boost. Okay, yeah, I didn't time that at all. But we're gonna boost in some regen leads to start off with in case, I don't know, it's just a good rush. And now we're gonna send some Zebras up behind, and we could even just boost in rainbows underneath. We do put rainbows underneath. There we go. Sell this for more. I can just boost to the AI. Just trying to really all out him to stop him. He's going to go for the ODS. Is it ODS going to be able to clutch up? We're going to have to boost. It's getting really close on our side, but he dies first. We're about to die to around 16 AI. We didn't even have a quad darts down on boost. We're not going to defend anything else. And yeah, that wraps today's video. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe on a weird account. But yeah, that's wrap today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Give this strategy a try if you want some easy wins or just something easier to use than some other T-Series strats. But yeah, thanks for watching. We will catch you in the next one. And yeah, have a nice day, everybody. Goodbye.